This is Brianna van de Wijngaard. She's a farmer who sells her produce at the local farmers market. You might be surprised, however, that she lives right in the middle of Williams Lake and calls herself an urban farmer.
I would say almost common, especially amongst some of the young farmers that are getting into food production.
Van de Wijngaard employs a technique called spin farming in order to produce enough vegetables, which stands for small plot intensive and uses less than 1 acre of land.
It was a practical means of actually maybe turning it into a business or making a living off it. So when I discovered the spin farming model, that's when it became more realistic, because before that it was a little bit more of a pipe dream. Spin farming makes it, because it's smaller scale, all your costs are smaller scale too, right? I don't own any land. The only piece of machinery I have is, well, my truck and the rototiller, and that's pretty much it.
And Van de Wijngaard is not the only spin farmer in town.
I have an acre of vegetable garden. This is my 5th season with Roads End Vegetable Company. We started with just like 1/3 of an acre, and now we've been growing. For me, it's really about community as well as local food. It's really important to me to be able to provide this each week. As well, I have to harvest the vegetables every week. They don't stop growing.
And for Smith, cost isn't the only reason to choose spin farming over a larger scale operation.
In a way, it's going back to how people lived more naturally in the past, but it's also like not just going backwards. It's taking the good things out of the past and combining it with the technologies now, but doing it in a way that's sustainable. So you're concentrating on your soil and building good soil rather than using chemical fertilizers and pesticides.
For Van de Wijngaard, it's only her first year, but she's hoping she'll be able to keep doing it for many more years.
It's painful sometimes. My back hurts a lot, but I think I'm more well suited to doing this kind of work, and I think that's why I love it so much, because I prefer physical work.
Some spin farmers have made as much as $50,000 from only half an acre of land, but for Van de Wijngaard, it's not just about her.
I don't know, there's just something about growing plants from the time they're little babies and into food for people, and ideally, ultimately my goal is to make it sustainable, not just for myself, but for consumers too. It's not accessible to everybody, but I think that it should be more accessible because it's healthy food.
If you want to learn more about spin farming, you can visit www.spinfarming.com. For Go Williams Lake, I'm Max Winkleman.